Hi guys! So today I want to just do a really quick talk about why I think you should be taking classes online. I know that this is something that is a little foreign to a lot of people and it can be expensive. So it's a really hard judgment call to make, especially when you feel like you can get most of that content online for free. So why would you pay for it? And the main thing I want you to take away from this video is the concept of networking, putting your money where your mouth is, the price of consulting, and meeting like-minded individuals. So when you take a course, you're not just paying for content, you're paying for premium content. Most bloggers or anyone who has a business online is giving away a lot for free. Giving away free advice, free tools, free tips, free techniques. I give away everything on Metamorphosis, Blogging Fearlessly, the vlogs. It's tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of hours of work, and it's all free. So that's awesome. But of course there has to be more. There has to be that next level. There has to be that how can you apply this? There has to be the step where you get personalized advice. There has to be that spot where you take things to the next level and it's not just generic material anymore. Now, the majority of people have to charge for this, and they have to because they have to make a living. If I gave away everything for free, I'd be a blogger for about 2 weeks, and then I wouldn't have any money, and my electricity would go away, and I'd die of starvation, and I wouldn't be a blogger anymore. So the only way for all of this to be an actual feasible business plan is for me to differentiate what I can give to everyone for free to, demonstrate my value and help you and create these relationships, and then what I need to hold back that I can use, that I can sell. I have to have something left to sell, or else it's not much of a business. So that is the idea of selling premium content. What people do when they create a course is they're giving you their best stuff. They're giving you the applicable stuff. They're giving you the roadmaps, the blueprint, the how to get their stuff. Online tends to be a lot of resources, a lot of ideas, a lot of general concepts. But if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty of how one person uniquely applied it and created whatever it is, a business, a great marriage, then you're going to need to become a part of their world. The reason I say putting your money where your mouth is that anyone that you're going to want this kind of help from is busy, and there isn't time. When I first started, I was giving everyone I could find free blog advice because I wanted to help and because I love blogging. And when you find that thing that you give free advice about because you can't stop talking about it, that's what you need to be doing with your life. And I found that in blogging. So I was always able to help, and I was good at it, and I was helping people grow. And so that's where I started creating a business. Now, it's so hard to tell my friends or to tell people I can't help you anymore, but it's the reality. At a certain point, unless people pay for consulting hours, I can't help them anymore. And that's just because it's grown so big, the amount of pieces that I'm managing on a day-to-day basis, that I don't have time. I don't physically have any more hours. I give up things like workouts and basic hygiene because I don't have the hours. So when somebody wants my help and they pay for it and they pay for consulting hours relative to the amount that I'm working, then I'm able to put them at the top of my to-do list because they're a part of my business world. And when you're a part of my business, then I'm able to give you that undivided attention and that premium content, that premium help, those shortcuts. And it's important that you get that consulting time. It took me 2 years to have the knowledge that I have now, and that was hundreds and hundreds of hours at a time because it was my little obsession. For you to do that same thing is going to take you hundreds and hundreds of hours. You could skip that and buy 2 hours. Now, if you're worth, $10, $15 an hour in life, and you save yourself 100 hours, do the math. That's a lot more than a little bit of consulting. And that's kind of a backwards way of looking at it, but that's what consulting is. You're buying your time back, and time is money. So it's a great investment. With something like John Morrow's guest blogging class, which I talk about all the time, he is very, very, very in demand, and his consulting time is something like $500 an hour. So that's really hard to afford, but his class is $600. So at first, $600 is a lot of money. When I signed up for his class, I was just starting my business. I had very little resources, and spending that kind of money was scary. It was overwhelming. But I had a gut feeling that investing in not only the information you provide, but in that connection long term would be priceless. It'd be worth its weight in gold. That's one of the big benefits people get when they go to an Ivy League college. They meet the next Zuckerbergs, and they meet these great people that can help them later on in life. It's the same thing with investing in an online course. You're meeting a bunch of other people that are doing the same thing you're doing with the same goals, that have the money to put their money where their mouth is. So you're meeting quality people. It's not just the trollers going around forums trying to see what they can get for free. It's the people that are invested in growing their business. So those are the kinds of people that you might find to collaborate with later. They're the kind of people that you can grow with and later help you build your business. So you have to go where everyone else is that can help you. And by putting your money where your mouth is with the instructor, for instance, if you join the guest blogging program, John will help edit a couple of your posts. I don't know who here would pay $500 for the hour that it would take John to edit a post. You just don't have it. But if you take the course, you get all of his premium content. Then you get the forums that he moderates. Then you get the live Q&A calls. And you get him to edit your stuff. And if you do need to send him an email for some reason, you might not get an immediate response, but you're on top of all the people. You're on top of the list of all the people that are trying to get his attention for free. So it demonstrates your commitment to growing your business. It helps push you above the the pack, the people that are trying to all get more without paying. And it'll speed you along. If you're using a real business mentality, your time is money, and you want to be using that most effectively. Spending $600 on a guest blogging course for the connections, the networking, the resources, it's nothing. It's really nothing in the overall scheme of what it takes to grow a business. But we're afraid to do it because we think, oh, I can get it for free. I can figure it out. And then all that happens is you end up bugging people like John, or people that are trying to give you avenues to charge for their time, and it backfires, and they don't respond, or you feel like no one can help me, or I can't grow, or there aren't the strategies. So that's all I'm going to say today. Basically, the whole point of this was, I know that I had to work through a lot when I first signed up for John's course. I was really, really scared about spending that kind of money on something like that. I thought, am I being silly? Am I being worked? Am I getting scammed and duped? And I wasn't. I really was buying the networking and the connections and the premium content that I needed. And so that's why I've chosen to build my own course, which will be launched this summer, and it's called Sex, Love, and Blogging. And it's because I don't have time, consulting-wise, to help everyone that I would like to work with. So it gives me an ability to make it a lot cheaper to work with me, because it's the same as John, is $500 an hour. But the class is $600. I'm not $500 an hour, but I can cover a lot more in a course for less money than it would take for me to go through a person-by-person consulting. So it's much more scalable, which benefits everyone. That's like Walmart, the bigger they got, the cheaper their stuff got. It's the same thing with taking consulting and moving it to a course. So although it still feels expensive, you're really buying much, much more than meets the eye. So I hope this was informative. If either of those classes sound interesting to you, you should check them out. I'll put the links at the bottom of the video. And even if they don't, as you're online and as you're growing, for whatever your niche is, when you find courses offered by people that you respect or people that you think would be great to work with, put your money where your mouth is and do it, because you'll get to the top of their list, the top of their inner circle, the top of their content. And it can be a really, really great shortcut to getting where you want to be. So you need to, if you want to have a business, you need to start looking at your time as money. And you need to be willing to put your money where your mouth is. Money isn't a bad thing. Money isn't the enemy. Money is a means by which we buy our freedom. It's by which we buy resources. It's how we buy connections in the form of buying someone's product or service. And that isn't something to be afraid of. It's something to start thinking about your relationship with and figuring out how you can leverage it most effectively. So that's all I'm going to say today. I hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.